VahiGuru, 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 VahiGuru,
VahiGuru, VahiGuru ji, khoob 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 tero naam, jhoot 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 duni guman rahao. Nagaj tere bande didar apar, नाम बिना सब दुनिया छार. अचरज तेरी कुदरत तेरे कदम सालाहा, गनीब तेरी सिफत सच्चे पात शाह. नितरिया तर पन है खुदाए, गरीब निवाज दिन रैन ते आए. नानक को खुद खसम मेहरबान, अल्हो न बिसरै दिल जी परान. अल्हो न बिसरै दिल जी परान. वाहिगुरु धन धन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी ते हाज़री विच बैठी साध संगत जी मिल के फतेह बहन जी. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Maharaj has blessed us now that we've got up to the 31st Pauri of Anand Sahib. It's been going, the Katha has been going now for 2.5 years. In May 2 years ago we started the Katha. Gone through Japji Sahib, Jap Sahib, Sahiye, Chope Sahib, and now 3/4 of the way to Anand Sahib. So Anandi Bani, at the end of this Panch Baniya, we'll then go and talk about what it means to do, what are the Panch Baniya all about. Now in this, Maharaj said, last Pauri, Maharaj said, Har aap amulak hai, mul na paya jai. Maharaj said, Akal Purakh is priceless. There's nothing that someone can put here to buy VahiGuru. Even if we come here and we must take to our Guru, that little daswan we put in, a couple of pennies we give, it doesn't actually do anything. So Maharaj says, Har aap amulak hai, mul na paya jai. The VahiGuru is priceless, and no one can find the price of VahiGuru. Bhagat Ravidas ji was once scared to darge sige. Somebody asked him, ki why are you scared? Tusi kyo darge hegyo? They say aam taur te kehde ne ki nirpao hoye bhajo Bhagwan. They become fearless. They said, Meri preet gobind syo jin khatay, मैं तो मोल महंगी लई जी सटे. They said, I'm scared that Meri Preet, my love, Gobind Syo Jin Kate. Just let my love for VahiGuru not decrease. I'm worried about in case my love with VahiGuru decreases. Not increases, but if it starts to decrease. Or darge sige. The only fear they had was that let me not lose VahiGuru. And why did they say? They said, मैं तो मोल महंगी लई. So I bought this बहुत महंगा, very expensive. I bought this love for VahiGuru. What was it? What was the price? They said, जी सटे. I paid for it with my soul. The price for buying VahiGuru, although he's har aap amulak hai, then the light inside us is of VahiGuru as well. And that light of VahiGuru inside us is also priceless. Once that light goes out the body, no matter how much money we have, we can't get that life back. That light of VahiGuru God inside us is also priceless. So he said, I've given my light inside me to VahiGuru, Mera Ji. And in return, I've got the love of VahiGuru. So this is the price. The price is not paid in simple things. We can't buy it with the things of the world. This week I'll be talking to people about Langar, because there's going to be National Langar Week in a month's time. So hopefully up and down the country, all the Gurdwara will open their doors. Or their doors are already open anyway, but no one knows. And this week, hopefully they'll open the door and invite people to come into the Gurdwara and have Langar. And I was talking to one Polish guy and I said, it's free. Langar is free. And he goes, no, And I said, no, seriously. He goes, no, you're joking. I said, I'm not joking. It is free. Now, in a way, langar is free because you go and get it, you don't pay anything for it. In the same way, VahiGuru is free as well. But the thing is, it's not also free. That seva bhavna, somebody created that, somebody came here, they put atta down over here. They did that out of love. That price you can't pay, you can't tell someone ki come here and put atta. In exchange, if we start to think everything about, just paying someone to put the atta here, just paying all the time paying, and that seva bhavna goes out of Sikhi, then that seva is priceless as well. And in a way, it is free, but there is a price to be paid. That Sikhs have done this for 500 years out of the love of their Guru. They want to do seva of their Guru. Gur seva jamte shutkar. That if we do our Guru seva, and even Maharaj says that SatiGur ki seva gakhadi. Guru seva is very hard, they say. How is it hard? Sir dije aap gavaye. You have to give your head and lose the ego. Because haume vich seva na hovei, ta man birtha jai. What does birtha mean? Birtha means useless, wasted. Maharaj says, haume naave naal virodh hai, doe na vase ikthaaye. The haume and nama are opposed to each other. Two of them can't stay in one place. Then they say, haume vich seva na hovei, ta man birtha jai. Ithe man dekho, what does the man mean? The desire. The person has come to do seva. ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਮਨ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਾਂ I had something in my head that I wanted to do something. I had a thought in my head. Maharaj says haume ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਮਨ ਬਿਰਥਾ ਜਾਏ. That desire we had, that idea we had, that mansa to go and do some seva, it goes birtha, it goes wasted because we started to do it in seva. We started to do it in haume, and in haume you can't actually do seva. If we go in somewhere and say main, main, then we started to walk away from our Guru. And the only way really in Sikhi is to give up the haume and to say Guru, Guru. Yeah? And by giving ourselves to our Guru, har aap amulak hai, muna paya jai. However, by giving ourselves to our Guru, then we do get that Guru. Yeah? Because Maharaj finished off that Pauri, and Bhagat Davidas, when he was asked, Ki, I've given my soul for VahiGuru, they said, Saad sangat bina pao nahi upjai, paav bin pagat nahi hoye teri. They say, without Saad sangat, that love never comes up. Why do we get together? Why aren't we just all listening at home ourselves to the Katha? Why do we come here and listen? You all know it's on YouTube. Why don't we listen to it? Because here, we can come in and we get the Saad sangat Allah. The people sitting at home, they're missing out on this one part. They need to find Saad Sangat as well. Maharaj says, Saad Sangat bina pao nahi upjai, paav bina pagat nahi hoye teri. Says, without love, you can't do bhakti. Because in love you're prepared to sacrifice everything. When it's lena dena, when it's of the world, when we do the trading of the world, because we're going to talk about trading in a minute. When we do the trading of the world, there's always a price, there's something you get back. But only in love are we prepared to give and expect nothing back. Prepared to give ourselves and not have any kind of desire to ask for something back. Maharaj says, Keh Ravidas, ek benti harsyon, paj rakho, Raja Ram Meree. They say, keep my honor. What is that honor? Because people see people like Ravidas, you saw him as a Bhagat. But he's saying, Meri paj rakh lo, let me not fall down. I'm scared of losing my love for you. So keep my honor in this world, keep me in your love. And when Maharaj finished of that Pauri 30th that we went to last week, Maharaj said, Har aap mulk hai, paag tina ke nanaka, jin har palle pai. Blessed are those people then, jin har palle pai. Those that actually get to receive VahiGuru, they're so blessed because he's priceless, but they got him. Imagine, the Indian government, let's say the Indian government today offered Britain, yeah, I don't know, 15 billion for the Kohinoor diamond. On de dena wapas. Samajh meri gal? What they say they won't give up, yeah? They'll even give up the diamond on their throne for enough money. Samajh? There's nothing in this world that cannot be paid enough money for. There's one thing, har aap mulk hai, mul na paya jai. And those people that actually get VahiGuru, they're so blessed. Why they're so blessed? They start to lose their ego and because they sold their mind to their body, as a SatiGur Jevele Tisno, Sir Sompiye Vicho Apajai, they've lost their ego, they start to get God's power. Last week, I was listening to Katha, and there was a video online. There was somebody from India who was criticizing Jaanee Thakur Singh. Jaanee Thakur Singh is a Vidwan, and he was doing, Jaanee Thakur Singh had done this Katha, where he was talking about that he'd met a Mahapurukh, and that Mahapurukh had months before, this is 2000 and I think the 4, when the big thing happened, you know, what was it in 2004, there was a massive tsunami in East Asia, you know? Loads of people died. And months before the tsunami, this Mahapurukh had gotten very scared because he'd seen this vision that it was going to happen. And he'd gone into Bhakti. And he had spent 10 days, told his servants, don't talk to me for 10 days. No one to talk to me. And he just kept avoiding Bhakti for 10 days, stayed away from everybody. And then, obviously the tsunami happened. And he said, Pani aa raha, pani aa raha, pani aa raha. So much water. He had talked about water. And then, when Jaanee Thakur Singh had met him, he said to him, ki bahut sare log ki mare because of water in Southeast Asia. A lot of people died. He said, for 10 days, I did benti to VahiGuru, and that thing would have been 10 times bigger. But Maharaj Akal Purakh in their kirpa reduced it. So only 10% actually happened, more people would have died. So Maharaj said, na, ki janam maran duho mein nahi, janam paropakari aaye. That the servants of VahiGuru, they're not going to die, they already got mukti. But still, they have come here to help people, paropakari aaye. Now this person was criticizing Jaanee Thakur Singh because he was saying, how can it be possible that VahiGuru would do this, would reduce it? They say, how can it be possible when it says in Bani that VahiGuru doesn't listen to anybody, he doesn't consult with anybody. But the thing is, if someone is to become Kattar in Sikhi and start to take just one view, then they're wrong as well. Because ek hai, anek hai, phir ek hai. First he's many, he's also one. Guru Sahib is always trying to stretch our mind and take our mind and stretch it out to understand that we cannot understand VahiGuru. How can I know what he's like? There was a bit of Bani I was reading, and that gave the answer to this. Maharaj says, Jo har jan paave, so kare, dar pher na paave koe, nan gratta rang har, sab jag meh chanan hoye. Maharaj says, Jo har jan paave, so kare. Whatever the servant of VahiGuru wants, that's what VahiGuru does. Samajhe meri gal? Maharaj is saying something opposite to what Bani also says. That Bani says that he doesn't listen to anybody else. But at the same time he's saying, whatever the saints of VahiGuru ask him for, ohi karda. Jo har jan paave, so kare, dar pher na paave koi. The person who reaches this level, Paath na ke nanaka jin har palle paaye, those that get VahiGuru in their palla, those people, VahiGuru listens to them. Only gal man lende hegi. Because they've got that, they're so kareeb to VahiGuru, they're so close to him, they're like, tohi mohi, mohi tohi, antar kaisa. They say just like the gold, and there's a lump of gold, and the source of gold, and the gold Jaanee, the gold jewels, they're the same, made of the same thing. So in the same way, the saint becomes so close, har jan doi ek hai, be bichar kach nahi, jalte upajit rang, jo jal hi bikhe samai. That the saint and VahiGuru are no different, it's just like water and the wave. So what happens in this case is, Maharaj says, Jo har jan paave, so kare, dar pher na paave koi. None of his requests get denied. Jo bhi wo mangda hai, unhe mil janda. Jo mange Thakur apne te, soi deve. But the Paropakari, the saints, they don't ask anything for themselves. They don't stand there and saying, I want extra money, I want a bigger house. They say, Maharaj panth vase, main ujra. They say, Maharaj sarbat da pala hove. When they see something happening, loads of people dying, they do ardas to VahiGuru, Maharaj e na hove. Even initially they might have an enemy, somebody stopping them. But if they win over that enemy, they'll still do benti, Maharaj eda pala ho jave. They don't want to cause that person any more pain. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj is killing somebody with an arrow, but on the arrow they put gold. This person, if they get injured, they can use that gold to fix themselves. If they don't get injured and they die, the family can take the arrow, they can take the gold off, and they can do the funeral of this person, whether it's Islamic or Hindu way, whichever way it has. They've given that person a little bit of daya and kirpa on top. Justice has to be served, but it doesn't have to be served in a horrible way. It can be served in a nice way as well. So Maharaj says, for us, what should we have to do then? What actions do we have to do to get VahiGuru? If He's priceless, what can we do? Maharaj says, Har kirat saad sangat hai, sir karman ka karma. Har kirat saad sangat hai. If you want to do the highest thing amongst all things upon this planet, sir karman ka karma, the highest actions of all action, then har kirat saad sangat. In the saad sangat where we're saying now, if we do kirat, now what does kirat mean? It means praise, but it also involves love. Kirat means to praise with love, aradhana. So that idea of worshipping VahiGuru in love, this in the Saad Sangat is the highest actions amongst all actions, and by doing this, we will get it. When we talked about last week of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, that when they were being tested by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, was testing Bhai Lehna Ji, and they said to them, they came in a scary form, Dhanik Roop. They came in a scary form, they even beat Bhai Lehna Ji with a stick. They kept telling them, even one of the tests was to build a wall at night. It was raining, they said make a wall. Everybody said, nah, why are you making it at night? They kept making the wall at night. So many times Maharaj says, not good enough, do it again. Do it again. At night time, in the rain, to make a wall, takes a lot of commitment. In the morning, Guru Maharaj said, Sikhi is not about building up, it's about breaking down. Sikhi todne vaste bani hai. We keep trying to make something of ourselves. Guru Maharaj says, come here and break yourself down. Taan vaste bani hai Sikhi. Ego nu. The ego is the thing that stands between us and VahiGuru. We keep trying to build ourselves up to get to VahiGuru. The reality is we need to destroy ourselves. Aapnu metna hai. And those people that get to that level, when VahiGuru comes to them, what do you want? They said nothing. They say, what do you want? You must want something. You come here to Gurdwara, no, I don't want anything. They keep waiting for the Sikh. They want to give him something that he wants. The Sikh doesn't ask for anything. In the end they say, what do you really want? They go, want you. The whole time we're asking for something, we're stuck in Kamna as well. But in the end, if we get asked, what do you really want? Then I'll give you gold, money, whatever. Say, no. Finally Maharaj says, what do you want? I just want you, VahiGuru. That's the only thing. If we can ask for that benti from our Guru, ki Maharaj benti karo, teach me what I should ask for, then Maharaj teaches us that. And Maharaj says, har aap mulk hai Paath na kiran ka, jin har palle pae. In our palla, instead of anything else, we get VahiGuru. So next Pauri, number 31, Maharaj goes through what it means for that person who becomes like this. What are the words they will say? Maharaj says, Raas Meree man Vanjaara, Raas Meree man Vanjaara, SatiGur te Raas Jaanee, Hare Hare nit jape ho ji ho, Laha khatyo dihadi, Eho tan tinna milya, Jin har ape paana, Keh Nanak Hari Raas Meree man hoa Vanjaara. Har Raas Meree man Vanjaara. Maharaj says, Har Raas Meree man Vanjaara, Har Raas Meree man Vanjaara. Again, SatiGur te Raas Jaanee. What is Raas? Raas is similar to a word called Punji in Sikhi, and Punji in Punjabi means capital. Now, if you have a trader, let's say you're a rich person, then how much money you have is your Raas. ठीक है ना? Maharaj says man Vanjaara. The mind is a trader. So the mind is always trading. You can't say, I don't want to trade anything. The mind is doing something at all times. It's thinking about something. So when it's thinking about something, it's trading. ठीक है ना? कुछ ना कुछ तो कर रहे हैं. Wherever the mind is occupied, it's occupied in doing something, whether it's good or bad. Maharaj says, Har Raas Meree man Vanjaara. What is that money that we have to trade? This person says, God is my capital. And my mind is trading in God. He's buying God, selling God, thinking about God. He's involved in God. The whole time, whatever the mind, what does the mind do anyway? The mind thinks. So when the mind is involved in something, then it's always thinking about it. Like if you imagine those people that, if you spend, let's say, I don't know, this is a bit of an example, but if you spend even one day just cutting the grass in your garden and even pulling up weeds and stuff, पूरे दिन लगा लो, morning till evening. At night time, you probably dream about cutting weeds. You think that's strange. Your hands will be itching to cut weeds. To see, if you look at people that do work, hard work, whether they're lawyering or whatever, at night they'll be sitting there arguing cases in their head. They'll wake up with great ideas. So what your mind is involved in the day is also what your mind is involved at night. Maharaj says, Har Raas Meree Man Vanjaara. My mind is a merchant, but it's involved in trading VahiGuru, Naam, Sharda. And what does it say? SatiGur te Raas Jaanee. Through the Guru, I start to understand what is my capital. What is the thing that I should be trading? Because when you have capital, it's a bit of finance here, you invest it. You invest it somewhere. And then when you invest it, you then get profit. The profit is called Laha. So you have your Raas, and then you invest it, and then you get your Laha, which is your profit. And Maharaj is saying that if you start to invest VahiGuru, invest your time, your mind, which is a trader, Vanjaara means trader, into VahiGuru, then you will get a profit. And in a way, if you think about when you go to a bank, and you say, look, I want to take a loan out, what they say is to you, they say, what are you worth? How much is your assets worth? How much is your income? So they tally it all up, and then they give you a loan based upon your worth, your net worth. And when they look at rich people, when they measure them, not people like myself, but when they look at rich people, they say, what's your net worth? Now, if your net worth, your Raas, is actually VahiGuru, and Maharaj said in the previous body that Har Aap Amulak hai, that VahiGuru is priceless. So the person who gets to this level, they say, I'm priceless. They don't say with homie, they just say that this human life is now priceless. Because this human life is one that we're living in it. It's not like somebody else is living our life for us. We are living our life. Now the life becomes priceless because Har Raas Meree Man Vanjaara. The Lord is my capital and the Lord is priceless. So this life is priceless. That's what Bani tells us, isn't it? Ke heere jaisa janam hai, kodi badle jaye. The life is priceless, but it gets used, it gets spent for nothing. We don't realize how valuable life is. SatiGur te Raas Jaanee. To the Guru, who teaches us Sat. Guru is an enlightener. But what does he enlighten us about? About the ultimate truth, the eternal truth. And he teaches us that, oh person, your life is priceless, and inside you is VahiGuru. And then he gets you to meet, because they take SatiGur te Raas Jaanee. Jaanee is not just listening, it's actually knowing. Not Suni, but Jaanee. Not Manni, but Jaanee, that we know. So this person now gets introduced to VahiGuru, to the Guru. And when Guruji introduces them to VahiGuru, they realize how priceless this life is and what the purpose of it is. And Maharaj says, if you understand that, then you will understand, don't waste your time on X, Y, Z, the bakwas stuff. Spend your time, look after the money that you have got, the real wealth that you've got, which is Har Raas, Har, VahiGuru, the faith in VahiGuru. There's a bit of Bani. Maharaj says, Vanaj karho vanjaare ho, vakhar leho samal, taisi vast visahiya, jaisi nibhe naal, agge saho sujan hai, laisi vast samal, vanaj karho vanjaare ho. Maharaj says, oh vanjaare ho, you're traders, trade, vanaj karo, trade in something, vakhar leho samal. While you're trading, also make sure you take care of your merchandise. You don't want to be sitting there trading and then everything you're selling gets nicked. So you take care of what you've got. What is it here? We're trading in VahiGuru, and we're also taking care of our rahat, that our love with VahiGuru does not go down. That pyar with VahiGuru, Meri preet Gobind syo jin kate, let it not go down. Then तैसी वस्त विसाही है जैसी निभे नाल. Buy that thing when you're trading, buy that thing that will go with you. So you have an immortal, you have a priceless life, but in that priceless life, then trade and buy that thing which will stay with you, because we're going to leave this world, and all the things that we spend our mind on, if we spend our mind thinking about gold, about money, about other partners, our family, all these things, then those things will not go with us. तैसी वस्त विसाही है जैसी निभे नाल अग्गे साहो सुजान है. Now in the future, when you leave this life, Maharaj says, the master, Saho, the merchant, Sujan hai, he's all-knowing, Lasi Vasta Samal. He will take this thing off you that you earn. Whatever you earn this life, he'll take it off you and he'll measure you based upon what you earn. So Maharaj is telling us in Kirtan Soila, when we sing this at night time, the last bit we sing in Kirtan Soila, imagine this body, the same thing this body is saying, is the very last thing that we think about at night. Maharaj tells the Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, Ra Gaudi Purbi Mahalla Panjama. We all know this to sing along, but what does it really mean? Maharaj says, Karo Binanti, Suno Mere Mita, Sant Tahal Ki Bela. Say, listen to me. Listen, Maharaj, Karo Binanti, Suno Mere Mita. Oh my friends, listen to me, or do a benti to you. This is the time to serve the saints. Guru Maharaj is that saint as well. Serve the Guru. Sant Tahal Ki Bela. Iha khate chalo har laha aage basan sohela. They say in this life, Iha khate. Khate means to earn. The next pankti will go into this, Maharaj, in this next Shabad. In the next pankti of Anand Sahib, Maharaj will talk about this Iha khate chalo har laha. As you earn in this world, take the profit of VahiGuru. Laha, I said earlier, was profit. Maharaj said, Iha khate, here work hard and earn VahiGuru's name as a profit. Aage basana sohela. As you go on, you'll be happy in your next life. Sohela actually means happy. Peace. So the last part we read is called the part of peace. Maharaj says the only way to get peace is in this world to get VahiGuru. Maharaj carries on, they go, Od kata din saranare, man gur mil kaj savare raho. They say in this world our life is decreasing time by time. Day by night, we're not getting older, we've got less time left in this world. Not getting older, less time left. Our time on earth, the priceless life, is reducing. We can't buy it with anything. Can't buy more life with anything. And yet it's reducing. Oh says, Man Gurumil Kaj Savari. Oh my mind, oh you trader, if you meet the Guru, he will sort you out. Sort you out with the right thing. Then Maharaj says, Eho sansar bikar sanse meh taryo brahm gyani. Everybody is involved in the wrong thing. Bikar sanse meh. Everybody is trading in the wrong thing. The thing they came here to trade, they're not trading in that. Dekh lo, we're sitting here trying to trade, but go outside in the world and see how many people are actually involved in walking towards VahiGuru. They've all got the same human life that we have. They all have this priceless opportunity to meet VahiGuru, but how many people are actually even bothering? Bahut kat. It's so small, it's sad. Then you can understand why the world is so crazy. Because no one's walking after the thing that we came out. It says next, Jise jagaye pyave ehoras akat katha tin jani. Those who wake up to this game, they start to drink naam. They experience VahiGuru and they say, Jako aaye sohi behajo. This is what we wanted to get to. This pankti, Jako aaye sohi behajo har gur te mane basera. Man says, what you've come here for, buy that thing. Buy the thing that you've come here to buy. Behajo means to buy. Visahi, same word. You know in Punjabi sometimes Babba and Babba get swapped around. You got to be careful. Jithe Bihari, Othe Maharaj will put, sometimes they swap Babba and Babba. Jako aaye soi behajo. When it says what you've come here to buy, khrido firanu. Khrido naam. Buy naam. Buy Sikhi. And what price? It's priceless. What price can we buy it for? And it's all a conundrum until it clicks. We've got to buy it, but we haven't got any money to spend on it. What can we sell to get it? Our ego. Sell the ego get VahiGuru. Maharaj says then, Har Gurte man hai basera. Through the Guru, VahiGuru will come and sit in your mind. The way is made of the Guru. Nij kar mahal pavo sukh sahaje, bahur na hoy go phera. Nij kar, in your own house, you will get VahiGuru's presence. And you will live in peace and happiness. You will not have to come back into reincarnation. Is there anything more someone could want? Live happily and not have to come back into reincarnation. Kuch hoi, koi aur cheez hai? Is there anything else we can ask for on top? Oh yeah, Maharaj, but on top of that, I'd like to have X, Y, and Z. Why? You're living happily anyway. It's like everything is being promised to you, and yet we still expect more. We still want more. Maharaj says in this next pankti in Anand Sahib, they go, Har har nit jape ho jiho, laha khatyo dehadi. They say, oh my mind, oh my soul, har har nit jape ho. Daily say VahiGuru, VahiGuru, VahiGuru. Nit jape ho. Every day say VahiGuru. We're going to do Simran in a second. Laha khatyo dehadi. Laha is profit. Khatyo means to earn. Cart, iha cart, chalo har laha. So earn every day. Dehadi means daily. Now you know, like in Southall, there's a lot of poor Punjabis. They just, you can go on this down the road to King Street, and you can just hire someone in the morning. Whatever you want them to do, you want to come to your house to paint the floor, clean anything you want them to do, clean the floor, paint the ceilings. Just go and they're just standing there. They're called dehadi waste kaam kar rahe hain. They're day workers. Yeah. Even traders in the financial markets, they call them day traders. What they do is during the day they trade, and in the end, what they've earned in that day, that's their money. They're called day traders. So Maharaj says, Laha khatyo dehadi. Every day trade this trade of VahiGuru. It's not like you can take a day off from trading on this. What you eat that day, that is what you will live off. How much naam you drop in one day, that is how much naam you've got for that day. The next day, a new day starts. You've got to drop some more naam. So it's not a Sunday religion, yeah? It's not Sunday Sikhi, Sunday the aande hege, but it's not a Sunday Sikhi, it's everyday Sikhi. Every day you must jap naam. Maharaj is told this so blatantly here. Why dehadi? Because it's daily. Har har nit. Nit means daily. Har har nit japyo jiho. Oh my soul, laha khatyo dehadi. Har har nit japyo jiho laha khatyo dehadi. Oh my soul, daily earn. Oh my soul, daily earn your day's wage. Your day's wage is paid in VahiGuru. If VahiGuru is your capital, then obviously it can go down. If you spend your capital on something bekar, you know, if you're a trader, you got X amount of money, you can invest it or you can blow it. Maharaj is saying, keep your capital high by always adding to it. Invest it in Naam. Maharaj says it in Bani. Prani tu aya lahalan. Oh Prani, you've come with this breath. This is also your capital. You've come here to make a profit. But the only profit you can take with you is Naam. You can't take other profits with you. Other monies won't go. Your night will end and everything else you're attached to is just useless. Sometimes when you look at somebody who's in that world, it's very hard to tell them that everything you're running after is pointless. So slow, no? Maharaj uses this word. Now some people don't understand it properly. Ku means bad. Yeah? Su means good. Anything in Punjabi, we've got su in the front. Su kirit, that's good. Ku kirit is bad. So ku pakade. This word means things. Lagge, lagga kit ku pakade, sab mukdi challi rahan. Why are you stuck in the wrong things? Imagine you meet people, they spend their whole time running around, and sometimes you don't have the heart to tell them, "Eda koi fayda nahi." You know it's true in Sikhi, but sometimes you don't want to, like they say, you don't want to sort of pour water on their fire, innit? But sometimes you do have to say, because Guru Sahib has that power to tell the truth. If we say to somebody, they won't manangani. If I say to somebody, they'll say, no, there is a fayda. But when Guru speaks, he speaks the voice of God. Maharaj is speaking with the Bani. Maharaj says, he speaks God's words. So God is saying to us this thing, that we, har har nit japyo jiho laha khatyo dehadi. When you were upstairs last week and week before, we talked about the fact that willpower is very weak. Willpower is weak but habit is very strong. है ना, जरा इंसान अपने निज नियम बनावे ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਰਵੇ ਉਹ ਬੜਾ ਤਗੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਿਯਮ। ਬਜਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਕੋ ਸੋਚੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉਠਾਂਗਾ, है ना, if you haven't woken up for a week and you say tomorrow morning I'll wake up, it's going to be hard. But if you woke up every day of that week, the next day waking up is going to be much easier, because the willpower is not so strong, but habits are very strong. So Maharaj is telling us all the time to make good habits, to build it as part of our routine. Some people, Mahapurukhs and stuff, they are Bihangam, they don't get married. Because they're Bihangam, they don't have a routine in that way. When they wake up, they do their naam, but they're not really involved on day-to-day basis. They've got kulli chutti. They can wake up whenever they want, they can sleep whenever they want. So when they talk about Amrit Vela, for them it's all the time Amrit Vela. Whenever they think about VahiGuru, it's Amrit Vela. But for the average banda like ourselves or whatever, who's got a job, yeah, got to do certain, kids are there, the kids are going to wake up, right, at a certain point. After that, forget it. How are you going to do your bani when the kids running around the house screaming, yeah? Or thodi sunde hege. So, for the average person, Sikhi is made for the average person as well, yeah? For the average person, we need a rehat. And that's why Amrit Vela is so important, to do it in the morning. Or at least before the kids wake up, let's just say. At least before you go to school, or work, or education, or work, whatever it is that you have to go to in the morning, before that time. That is the best time to get the Paath done. Because it's nit niyam, you need a daily routine. And the mind, right, is very fickle. It needs routine. The mind will always try and tell you, don't do this. So having a habit that I won't do my Paath until I've had my breakfast. Having a habit that main rati Raas karke hi sona hai. Yeah? I'm not going to wander off, whatever. I'm going to finish my nitnem, no matter what time it is, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I've seen people even be sitting there at 2, 1 in the morning, finishing off their nitnem. But they don't stop. Because if they stopped one day, then the next day, the third day, pretty soon, slippery slope, and you will slide down a slippery slope. You've got to be strict with the mind. Mind is going to try its best to get out of it. Because man manda nahi, manu manana penda hai. Aap nahi manda, unu manana penda hai. Man hi te man maniya. Make the right mind, and that will make the mind listen to you. So the routine is very important. And the thing is, even if the mind loves something once, every day for a whole month, if you take it away from that thing, it will forget. So as Maharaj talks in Bani many times, that you will love, your family loves you, but the minute you die, they will turn away from you. 10 years, 15 years, they won't even remember you. They say they will remember you always, never forget you, but they will forget you. Because the mind is forgetful. It forgets everything. If it's pain, it will one day get over it. If it's love, it will one day get over it. If it's something amazing, it will one day forget it. Sometimes you meet somebody, they did so much Paath and Simran and Bani has so much pyar, but then they walked away for a little while. They walked away for a little while, and then what happens to them? They, in their mind, they know that ohi gal hai, that's the truth. They know that's the truth. But they fall down so low, they don't feel they can do it anymore. And they actually survive. Jithe, they would say, Akhan jiva visre mar jao. What they would say in their heart, Maharaj, if I forget you, I would die. Har bin jiyo jal bal jao. They would say, Maharaj, if I forgot you, my soul is burning in fire. But then if you give them 2-3 months of living without naam, they will end up surviving without naam. And you will ask them, how are you managing to live? How can you live? Jithe tere ko naam siga, to bada khushi. Now I see you, you're like a dead soul. But how do you live without naam? They go to ho jana. The mind gets used to surviving without whatever. So we have to build a routine to teach the mind how amazing VahiGuru is. The mind will forget, but if you daily introduce yourself to VahiGuru, VahiGuru is not going to get boring. Samajho? The solution to this is VahiGuru never get boring. Because no matter what, if you introduce yourself to VahiGuru every day, you will every day become amazed. It's not like one day you think, oh man, I've done Simran every day, I saw VahiGuru every day for 10 years, I'm totally bored. No, it's not like that. Khine mein avar, khine mein avra. Acharya chale tumhare. In a minute you like this, in a minute you like that. Khine mein avar, khine mein avra, acharya chale tumhare. Rudo, gudo, gahan gambiro, ucho, agam apare. Maharaj says, you're so amazing, you're so deep, you just gahar gambira, I can never understand you. I can never understand. Acharya, your things that you do are so amazing. Maharaj finished off that part, they go, Sad sang jo tumhe milayo, to suni tumhari bani. That's what we ask you to come here to do, isn't it? come to Satsangat, listen to VahiGuru's Bani. Maharaj says, Anand Paya Pekhat Hi Nanak Pratap Purkh Nirbani. They go, Acharya Anand Paya. I found in bliss to just see you, VahiGuru. Your Pratap. If you met somebody called Pratap Singh, Pratap means the presence, the light, the shine of VahiGuru is Nirbani. He is in bliss. He is in Nirvan. And when we meet him, we'll never get bored of him. Because he's always changing. 1 minute he's right there. 1 minute he's something else. 1 minute he gives you bliss. 1 minute he gives something else. You will never get bored of VahiGuru. If you spend this money every day, if you earn the Naam every day, you will never get bored of earning Naam. Look at yourself, up, dekh lo, what work we do, yeah? No matter how great the work is, isn't it? Kam le lo, koi bhi kam le lo. After a couple of years, we're bored of it. Huh? Even if it was the most interesting work we did at the beginning, we're bored of it. Because the mind is always bored. But if you give the mind this one thing about Naam, it will never get bored. The mind will never get bored of Naam, because VahiGuru is the one thing that never gets boring. Har har nit japyo jiho laha khatyo dehari. So on that note, we're going to do a bit of Simran now. Yeah? And let's all connect to VahiGuru, because Maharaj says, every day japa Naam. Earn that Naam of VahiGuru. As we started off at the beginning, we said Khoob Khoob, Khoob Khoob, Khoob Tero Naam. Amazing, amazing, amazing. 5 times I says Khoob, like Khoob Surat, yeah? Bahut Khoob. Very beautiful, 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 beautiful. When I says beautiful, beautiful is your name. 5 times. Yeah? Then they say 4 times the word is false. Not to make it 5 times, say choot, 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 choot. Duni Guman. Pride in the world is false, but Naam is amazing and amazing and beautiful. We jump that because Maharaj says that if we do this, then we will earn the point of our life.
Thank you.
says in the next pankti, they say, hey Prani, there's one thing you must remember. As you've been told, you must daily earn naam. Maharaj says, eho tan tinna milya jin har ape pana. They say, Prani, just remember one thing. The people that get this tan, eho tan means the wealth which is the Raas that we talked about. Those people that realize that their life is priceless, those people that realize that they have VahiGuru as their wealth, only those people get this, jin har ape pana. Those who are pleasing to VahiGuru. Jina te maaz kirpa kare, SatiGur hoye diyar, ta sarda puri hai. The ones that have that kirpa upon them from VahiGuru, then their faith increases, their experience of VahiGuru increases. And they get this wealth of naam. It doesn't happen because we want it to. It happens because our VahiGuru allows it to. So why do they put this pankti here? Because when we start getting told that you got to work hard, you get paid, people start thinking, main apne aap hi kar lena. Jatan karanga, I'll do it and I'll get it. Maharaj has told us the path is of japing naam every day, of having a rehat. But then Maharaj has told us, you only get this if he does kirpa upon you. Because you don't want the person start thinking, I've done it myself. If you start thinking you've done it yourself, that you've done your rehat and everything and you got naam, fir to aap phas gaye home vich. The only way to get there is by destroying ourselves. So we have to still remain and understand this essential truth. It's not a joke. He's not going to just put it there to kill our ego. It really is the truth. Only VahiGuru is blessing us, even when we're jumping now. Even when we're keeping a pakki rehat, VahiGuru is doing kirpa upon us. Tu chit aave, teri maya. If I remember you, it's your kirpa upon me. If my faith in you is strong compared to other people, it's your kirpa upon me. So, by removing the ego, we start to understand Jin har ape pana. We have to be pleasing to VahiGuru. Now, why? The other part of this is that how do we please VahiGuru then? That's the other element of that. How do we please him? We please him by following his pana. How do we make him khush? Maharaj says in Japji Sahib that Pher ke agge rakhi hai jid se darbar. Rakhi hai can mean rehat. What from now on, what rehat should I keep? Pher ke agge rakhi hai jid se darbar. Moho ke bolan boliye jit sun tare pyar. Amrit vela sach nao vadiyai vichar. Bani padni. Vadiyai vichar is bani. Naam is naam japna. So early in the morning, before anybody else is bothering you, you wake up at that time and you do naam and bani. And in this way, you can make him happy and a khush hoga. But also, is a right with the Guru, you have to go through the Guru. It's not something we can demand from VahiGuru. We can't demand from him, give me you. We have to beg it of him. We have to go down on our knees and beg. The only way to get it is to ask him to give it to us. And also, he's made the system that you have to go to the Guru. So we have to accept his system as well. If somebody says to you, I'll give you X amount of money, and you got no other way of getting it apart from them giving it to you, and they say, here are the conditions, and you want it, you will do the conditions. Samajh you? You're not going to say, well, I want it really badly, but I don't want to go with the conditions. The conditions that VahiGuru has put upon this, that to get to him you must go through the Guru. Bin SatiGur kire na payo, bin SatiGur kire na paya. SatiGur vich aape rakhiyon, kar pargat aag sunaya. He's made this system that you have to go through him. And in ego, we don't want to give ourselves to the Guru because we're in ego. The problem that stands between us and VahiGuru is the ego. The Guru provides a solution. You can give him the ego and get to God. But we want to get to God and take the ego with us. But it doesn't work that way. Maharaj says, Home which jio band hai, naam na vase mane aaye. In home, the jio, the soul, is actually trapped in bondage. And naam cannot come inside the mind. So the only way to get to VahiGuru is Naan SatiGur miliye, home gayi. Ta sach vasya man aaye. When we get rid of the ego, then the truth, VahiGuru, can come and sit in our mind. With that Shabad we talked about earlier, Ki Prani tu aya Allah halen, Maharaj talks about the same body. They talk about this idea They say, they finish off, before we go, they just say, Jithe jaye tud vartna, tiski chinta nahe, Paathe se hi nikle, je gur ki pairi pahe. They say, Jithe jaye tud vartna. Where you must go and stay, tiski chinta nahe. You're not worried about that place. We're going to go from here and live somewhere much longer than this human life. But tiski chinta nahe. We're not worried about that place. Why? Maharaj says, Paathe se hi nikle. Only those people will be freed from this bondage of ego. Hame vich jiyo bandh hai. The only people that get rid of this is Paathe se nikle je gur ki pairi pae. Those that fought the Guru's feet. SatiGur hoye dyan. If the Guru, the whole of Sikhi is about the Guru. Whole of Sikhi is about Guru Maharaj. It's not about VahiGuru, it's about Guru Sahib doing kirpa upon him. Gur Prasad. Guru has been given that power to join us to VahiGuru. Maharaj says, if you are thinking there's any other way, in that Pauri they say, Koi rakh na sakei, duja ko na dikhaye, chare kunde pal ke, aaye pya sarnaye, nanak sache Paathshah, dubda le kadaye. They say, there's no one else that can save you. Koi rakh na sakei, duja ko na dikhaye. There's no one else I can find in this world that can save me apart from my Guru. Chare kunda palke, searched all over the world, all four directions. Aaye pya sarnaye, I'll come to my Guru's sanctuary. Maharaj finished off with Nanak Sache Paathshah. Oh Nanak, the true king. What do we call our Guru? Sache Paathshah. Nanak Sache Paathshah, dubda le kadai. I'm drowning, please save me. It's our ardas to our Guru. Let us never think in our mind that our Sikhi, our Rehat, our Bani is by our own hard work. It's only by Guru Sahib's kirpa. And if we destroy ourselves in this way, if we fall at his feet every day, we must kirpa karo, Nanak Sache Paathshah, dubda le kadai. Save me as I drown. Maharaj says, this will happen to us because Jin har ape pana, keh Nanak har Raas Meree, man hua Vanjaara. We still got to do something. They finish off with this. We still got to earn the naam, but we still got to maintain our mind ki it's only by his kirpa. The Sikh must have this both views. It's all kirpa and still work really hard. The problem happens, that's why the path is Khanyo Tikhi Valoniki. On this side you're doing so hard. On this side you're saying, I'm useless, I've got nothing, you've done it to me. Why is it so hard? Because either way you can fall this side, you can stop doing the rehat, and you fall off this end, you say I'm useless, and you remain useless actually, you don't do anything good. Or you do something so good, but then you start to get homme and ego that I'm doing so good, and you fall off that path of that you were useless. You have to stay in the middle. And stay ki hum avgun pare ek gun nahi. The world is praising you, and Maharaj tells us, I'm finished off with this, you know that Shabad we kept singing last couple of times, ki ab hum chali Thakur pehar, jab hum sarun Prabhu ki aayi, raag Prabhu paave maar. And that Shabad, that's a Raha Pankti. Maharaj says next, Lokan ki chatrai upma, te baisantar jar, koi pala kaho, paave bura kaho, hum tan diyu hai tar. They say, it doesn't matter whether people say good or bad. I have given myself to you. Yeah? Whether it burn the praise of the world, Lokan ki chatrai upma, te baisantar jar. Baisantar means fire. Say, burn it in fire what the people say about you. Koi pala kaho, paave bura kaho. Somebody says good or bad about you, hum tan diyu hai tar. I've given my mind to you, I've given my body to you, I belong to you. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. So if we can keep this, then Maharaj says that the mind is now convinced that the only thing the mind should worry about is VahiGuru. The capital we have is VahiGuru. We depend on God, we connect to God, we spend God, we eat God, daily get the profit of Naam, and we look nowhere else but God. We don't depend upon anybody else. If anything goes wrong, we say Sarv Kala Samrat, our Guru is Sarv Kala Samrat. We don't look to anybody else, we just look to our Guru. We start to become so dependent of our Guru, then our Guru, as we said at the beginning, he listens to all of his saints. O Sundaya, people think we can't get anything from Naam. VahiGuru is telling us that those people that are full of Naam, when they speak to VahiGuru, he never ignores them. He never ignores them. So, Maharaj Kirpa Kare, that we get to have the idea. Next body we're going to go through A Rasna to Anarasavacharahi. That's the next one. We talk about the body and A Sarirya and how we live our life. So please come next week. The Katha will carry on as usual. The Q&A will start upstairs at 7:30. Every day the Rara Sahib is a little bit later, so I end up going a little bit later. Benti hegi, let's start at 6 and finish at 7. If you can do that. And Sasangat Benti hegi, it's not like Punjabi timings, yeah, at the Gurdwara. It starts at 6. I noticed that now near the end it's always full, yeah, and at the beginning it's like very few. Let's try and get here 5:45. And you know how it is, you get here at 6 if you aim to get here at 5:45. So I try and do the same as well. Mas kirpa kare. Pulan chuke di khema bakshni. Sasre ral ke fatih bani ji. VahiGuru ji ka khalsa, VahiGuru ji ki fateh.